Joining me now live from London is Sultan Barakat, a professor of public policy at Hamad bin Khalifa University. Good to see you, Professor. These words from JD Vance. He even told Israel that Donald Trump is the only head of state in the entire world who's still sympathetic of the nation of Israel. Those are some sobering words from the vice president. What does that signal in terms of the U.S. view of Israel's military actions there in the region?
Well, I think these are the most significant remarks we've ever heard from an American official directed to the Israelis and particularly to the right wing. And although they may not affect the organic relationship between the United States and Israel, that probably goes beyond any single president, I think they have a real potential to get Trump, at least, to change his mind in the coming couple of years about a lot of the policy issues that he has taken in favor of Israel. And it's a really bad calculation on behalf of the Israelis. The problem is that they don't know where to draw a line. They don't know where to stop. The Israeli government, and in particular Netanyahu, would like to achieve two things simultaneously. He wants to maintain occupation, he wants to maintain aggression, including against the south of Lebanon, and also have security. And it's impossible to have both at the same time. And I think Americans now, there is a major awakening movement that is now being demonstrated by the words of Vance. And although maybe a lot of those words of anger have been as a result of very senior Israelis accusing Trump of not being a good friend of Israel, despite everything that is done to Israel, starting with the movement of the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and the supplying of weapons, and as Vance has been paid for by the Americans and been made by American hand. So it is significant. And I think it is made partly to reassure the Iranians, because the Iranians, the only issue now outstanding is what Israel will do next. Iran seems to have given up quite a bit, including on its sovereignty, by suggesting that nuclear weapon programs can be frozen and then the material can be taken out. The Americans have also conceded a great deal in order to try and stabilize the world economy. And we're now all left hostage, really, to the Israelis. The Israelis have got to wake up and to do things in line with what is good for the region, for the world, and frankly, for Israel itself.
So, Professor, what does that mean in practical terms? Do you think that the U.S. would actually launch some kind of enforcement, possibly deploying troops to make sure that Israel eventually pulls out so that the Lebanese government can police southern Lebanon, like JD Vance said that he wants the Lebanese government to actually be in charge of southern Lebanon?
I don't think so, but I think to start with, it will frustrate the current plans that Israel has to try and integrate its security with the American security objective. They're trying to make sure that the bill to pay for Israeli arms is kind of integrated within the defense budget of the United States. And that, I think, will not go any further. But very importantly, I think they can stop supplying weapons. And we all know that Israel has a limit of how much it can supply itself nationally. Internationally, they've been largely isolated. Even by now, the majority of the European countries are not willing to supply the Israelis with weapons. So they could use that card. But also they can strengthen significantly the Lebanese front. So far, they have supported the direct talks between the Israelis and the Lebanese for no real result. But they can do more, I think, economically within Lebanon. And they can supply the Lebanese army to strengthen it.
Professor Sultan Barakat, we're losing your audio connection, I'm afraid, so we're going to have to cut it short there. But thank you so much, though. Sultan Barakat, a professor of public policy at Hamad bin Khalifa University.